Assalamualaikum and hello guys. My name is Nur Zabir Afzabitiuddin and I am one of the students at the Polytechnic Kuching Sarawak. And today I would like to explain how to answer some question from the chapter 2 of the statistics subject. So stay tuned. This is one of the questions that usually came out in final exam from the chapter 2 of subject statistics. Let's take a look at it. As you can see, the question will give you some data of numbers for us to answer the question. Let's study the question. The first one is they want us to construct a frequency distribution table. And the second one is they want us to construct a histogram to represent the data above. So, this is how we answer the question of construct a frequency distribution table. There are three things that we need to remember. The first one is how to find the number of classes, which is k, and the second one is how to find the data range, and the third one is how to find the class width. So let's take a look on how to find the number of classes, which is k. By the way, these three main points have their own formula. So how to find the number of classes? K equal to 1 plus 3.3 log n base 10. N is represent on how many numbers on the data given in the question. In this question, there are 30 numbers on the data. So the number of classes k equal to 1 plus 3.3 log 30 base 10. You will get the answer is 6. The number of classes you have to make sure the number is a round number. So how to find the data range? The formula is data range equal to largest value minus smallest value. How to find the largest value and the smallest value? We can take it from the data that the question gives us early. So in this question, the largest value is 61 and the smallest value is 16. So 61 minus 16 will equal to 45. After you find the number of classes and data range, you can find the class width. Class width equal to data range divided by k. So 45 divided by 6 equal to 7.5. 7.5. So if the data of numbers that the question gives us is in a round number, so we need to make sure the class width is also a round number. So it will become 8. After we finish find the three main things, which is number of classes k, data range, and class width, we will construct a frequency distribution table. Frequency distribution table will contain class interval, tally, frequency boundaries, class boundaries, relative frequency, and also midpoint. So how to find the class interval? First of all, you need to put the smallest value in front. So how did I get 23? I got the 23 from the class interval formula. Class interval equal to lower value plus class width minus 1.0. So our lower value for the first class is 16. So 16 plus 8, which is class width, minus 1.0, and you will get the 23. So how to find the second class? If the upper limit of previous class is 23, so you will get the lower limit of the next class 24 because it will plus 1. So how did I get 31? I will use the same formula. Class interval equal to lower value plus class width minus 1.0, and you will keep doing that until you reach the largest value for this question, which is 61. So let's move to the tally. How can we find the tally? We can find the tally for each class from counting the data of number that the question gives us, using the class interval for each class. So 16 until 23, you will get 8 data from it. So we need to count it for each class. Tally and frequency is the same things actually, but tally we need to write it with the tally mark, and frequency we need to write it in the number. So how to find the class boundaries? Class boundaries will refer to the class interval. The lower limit will minus by 0.5 and the upper limit will plus 0.5. You will get the class boundaries for each class. And how to find the relative frequency? Relative frequency equal to frequency for each class divided by total frequency. So let's take a look at the first class. So the first class have a 8 frequency. So the relative frequency will become 8 divided by 30, which is total frequency for this question. It will become 0.27. So for the second class, it will have 3 frequency. So 3 divided by 30, you will get 0.1, and you need to find for each class, for every class. So let's move for the last part, which is midpoint. Midpoint also refers to the class interval. How to find the midpoint? Midpoint equal to lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. So take a look at the first class. The first class for the class interval for the first class is 16 until the 23. So how to find the midpoint? 16 plus 23 divided by 2, and it will become 19.5. For the second class, 24 until 31, so the midpoint will become 24 plus 31 divided by 2, and it will become 27.5. You need to find the midpoint for each class until the end. So this is how we answer the question for construct a frequency distribution table. The first thing is you need to remember the formula of number of classes, which is K, data range, and class width. And also you need to remember what is the content in the frequency distribution table. The first one is class interval, and then tally, frequency, class boundaries, relative frequency, and the last one is midpoint. After we complete the frequency distribution table, we will proceed to the second question, which is construct a histogram. So this is how histogram look like. For the x-axis, it will present the class boundaries you can get the class boundaries from the frequency distribution table that you have did before. And for the y-axis, that is the frequency, and also you can get it from the frequency distribution table. And I used 1 until 10 so that my graph will look bigger and it will easier for you to plot it. So for the first class, which is class boundaries, which is 15.5 until 23.5, you will get the 8. You will get 8. And the second class you will get 3. the third class you will also get 3. The fourth class is 10, and the fifth is also 3, and the last one will become the 3 also. So your histogram will look like this. So it is easy as ABC. That's all from me,